Yo, what is up? It is your boy Stephlyon, and guys, look, I went to see the freaking hologram of the Odin, and honestly, that's where the 1 billion went, because at this point, that's where the 1 billion went. I looked at that thing and I am in awe. They just dropped a 1 hour freaking talk about this thing. Let's watch it. Let's freaking watch it. Oh my goodness.
Hello everybody, welcome once again to Star Citizen Live DefenseCon Showcase Part 2, the Anvil Odin. I'm your host, Jared Huckabee, and joining us on the show this week are members of our Steam vehicle teams that were all involved in some way, shape, or form in the creation of the new Battlecruiser that we've revealed just today.
Right, so it is the Battlecruiser. I was thinking, I was like, is it the Battlecruiser? Is that what it is? But Odin sounds way cooler than Battlecruiser. Come on, gang, it's way cooler.
Anvil Odin. Starting to my left, you see John Crew. Oh, there we go. Nope, that way.
Oh, he's got the whole crew. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. Look at those helmets. What? Yo, those are so fire. And they look hollow as well. Those are wearable. Bro, I need my 3D printer. I need a 3D printer right now. If there's anyone watching who has a company for 3D printers, please.
I'm John Crew. Yeah. Hey, John Crew. That's Dan.
God damn, look at those things.
That's Chris.
Yo.
I don't know why you guys don't get first and last name. He's just, in my head, he's always John Crew. We got Mattia. We got Mark.
Yeah, that's the whole crew. God damn.
And now, finally, where he belongs, Alberto, tickling the ivories. Today, we are discussing the last great concept ship of Star Citizen, the Anvil
The
Odin
last
Battlecruiser.
concept ship.
John,
okay.
Introduce us. What the heck is a Battlecruiser?
So, if we're using naval parlance, a battlecruiser is a ship that has the weaponry of a battleship in a cruiser's frame, hence the name. So it has lots of punch, very close to doing blast cannon and punch button.
Bro, I bet you all the War Thunder guys are loving this, bro. I don't play War Thunder, but I know you guys know every single thing, man.
Jokes, but I'm not going to do that. And the speed of a cruiser. So, sort of the best of both worlds in one big package.
So it's like a Polaris, but strong.
This is obviously a solo ship.
Yep, completely solo run. I mean, you can fly any ship with one person. It's just...
Yeah, but can you do anything with this?
You can fly around. You have some weaponry with it, but really this is a...
Wait, no, wait. Are you, no, they have to be taking the piss. You're telling me that creature that I saw with my own 2 goggles, right? You can fly that alone, and you have some weaponry alone. I thought at least they'd have 2 pilots where one goes forward and back and the other one goes left and right or something. I don't know. You can use it alone and you have weapons. Nah.
You and a lot of other people.
John Crew.
John Crew. Use of it.
Who wants to do the rundown of the weaponry?
Mark.
What does it carry? I saw it size 12.
No. We've got a cheat sheet because I think the only person who would be able to memorize it off the top of their head is Lee, and Lee's currently not in the country. Otherwise, he would be here and doing this. Starting from the top, we have 2 size 12 triple ballistic cannons that are man turrets.
And for reference, what's the biggest gun on the Javelin?
It is 9s on the big remote turrets at the back.
Okay. And the railgun on the Idris is a 10.
10.
Yeah, so these are triple size 12s here.
Is there 2 of these?
Whoa. No, my heart.
Yeah.
One on the top and one on the bottom.
Triple size 12.
2 triples.
Right.
So the Bengal, the large lower turret on the Bengal that people would have seen in the squadron videos, that's size 12. So that's got 4.
Okay.
We have 3 single size 10 man turrets. So that is instead
Size
of dual mount,
10.
single mount. We have 8, once again, size 10 single ballistic cannon remote turrets.
Remote?
We then have...
If they tell me the pilot gets an access to one of those, wait. Are these like interchangeable or are these bespoke? Because if you can put some freaking repeaters or anything, it's over.
8. I know, it's still a lot to get through. We have 8 size 8 double cannons that are manned, and then there is 2 quadruple laser cannons that also pilot it.
Quad what?
And those are size 8.
Bomb cloud.
Quadruple
Size
size
8 cannons.
Quadruple.
Essentially, it's a size 32.
No,
No.
no. It's just,
how that works.
think of it more like the one on the bottom of the Bengal, where it's multiple barrels. It's worth noting that the weapons for this ship, just because of the sheer size and scale and complexity of just everything to do with it, all of the weapons are specific. They're not just using our generic PU weapons. All of them are built in and designed to specifically work with each of the turrets. Because, like, you can't just go down to your local shop and pick up a size 12.
Okay,
can't go
right.
down to a local shop
So
and pick up an
it
Odin.
might be best way.
I mean,
So, every ship that we make available through Pledge will be attainable in the game. But there's this long.
So you're telling me once this ship comes out past 1.0, I can buy an Odin. You're going to give me the power of the All-Father.
Standing rule that Chris and Rich have had. It's like you can't just go down to a Hertz rent-a-car and rent a battleship. Like, you're not going to get an Idris or a Javelin or whatever. Walking into Cousin Crows. It's like this. So when this does,
I'll put a down payment.
Stuff like this. We imagine the amount of effort.
I'll put a down
involved in
payment.
Getting this thing in will be quite fierce.
yeah.
You missed one.
Well,
Yeah, you missed the other one, didn't you?
You missed
Next line.
what's on the front of it.
Yeah.
oh, well, I mean, we did say it had some pilot weapons. It has
Okay, what's the pilot
it has a
weapon?
beam weapon of, yes, size. It is the entire front of the ship.
Indeterminable
It's
size.
it's a beam weapon with 12 barrels. It's 6
Two-
on each.
12 barrels? Are you, whoa, bro, my microphone just came out. What do you mean 12 barrels? What do you mean it has a beam weapon of 12 barrels? Are we for real right now? No, stop. Oh my God.
Side.
Yeah, but it does combine to one giant beam, but it's a giant beam on a capital ship that's... It's a beam on a capital ship of a scale... Well, the size of the ship, as a just random jump point, is over 750 meters, and then we just have a giant beam that is the front of the ship. So,
Sick.
yes. I mean, we can give it a size, but
Right.
fine. I'll also cover it has a significant suite of PDTs, flak, and other automated defense systems. There is still hot debate about the specific number of this. It's either
They don't even know how many you're going to put on it. They don't even know how many automated defense systems it's going to have.
42 plus 1 or 43. We had an interesting problem when we were actually doing the
How do you fight one of
PDT and
these?
flak distribution.
How do you fight
across
one
the
of
ship.
these?
Because they were so small, you couldn't actually see them. So what we ended up having to do was make clustered banks of them, just so that they were actually readable on the exterior. And there's just so many, it meant that we had nice little defensive clusters so they could cover each other as well quite nicely.
And why do you need them to be readable on the exterior?
Well, the reason we need them to be readable on the series is because part of the gameplay of tackling a ship of this size, it's going to be peeling back the layer's defense. You're not just going to rock up with a couple of torpedoes shooting jobs of gun. You're going to have to take out the subcomponents, take out the shield emitters, take out the PDCs and defense.
Bro, the next event where it's like, no, there's like the event where we have to go like disable the Idris. They're going to say, disable the Odin. I know CIG is going to say disable the Odin, and I'm going to cry inside.
Before you can even begin dreaming trying to either board it or disable it. So if we just had the tiny little dots distributed everywhere, people would struggle to actually be able to engage with that gameplay. And we want people to visually know, like without owning the ship, where to target.
For as powerful as this thing is going to be,
It's still kill. It's still a kill.
it still has to be killable. It still has to be.
It's not killable.
It's going to end up being
Stop.
its own TSG just attacking one of these. All right.
It's not going to
So,
be
we're not that winner.
killable, bro.
Yeah, there's one more here at the bottom.
Which one did I miss? Which one did I miss?
You're missing the torps.
all the
Oh,
torpedoes.
I was talking, we said guns, not torpedoes.
I said weapons.
Ah, fine. It has
How many?
20 size 12 torpedo launch tubes.
20?
That can hold approximately. Remember, this is a concept. Everybody.
Yeah. 40 in, so 40 queued, ready to go, 20 the actual tubes, but then You can obviously manually stock them as well, so it's however many you could fit in your hold, theoretically.
And how big is the hold, John Crew?
It's 6,000 SCU in capacity, so it's
I think that's just a board number as well at this point.
it's a whole C and a half of cargo inside it.
So you'll be
How
able
many
to stock.
We need. I think we should ban this. I think we should ban this from the game. No.
Is that, Jared?
So Alberto's going to cue up some of the imagery here that went out with the promotion. Again, I encourage you to check out all of the imagery and all the specific stats and everything on the dedicated webpage that went live at the same time as this video. It's the first image that we released of the Odin about 2 weeks ago now, a week before DefenseCon at this
Oh,
point.
buddy.
And everybody was like, where's the weapons? Where's the weapons? We've noticed this recently. There seems to be a trend towards
Stocking the weapons
retracting
inside it.
weapons,
Yeah.
hiding the weapons.
I've noticed that. Yeah.
Am I imagining that, or is that?
But you know what? It makes sense. Like, think about it. If you have all these dangly bits on a ship and you're going through asteroid fields or you're going through a quantum tunnel, they might break off at those speeds. So, like, yeah, it makes sense that when the ship is in just full motion, retract the weapons and give it this streamline, like, and a ship this big, imagine how much resistance those extra little bits are going to give it. Put them in, you streamline the design and you're saving its fuel economy, its space economy, bro.
That's actually more common now.
Yeah, I guess a few of the more recent combat ships have had that sort of visual. It's not like a shift in kind of mentality or anything. It's just a couple of the
It
new
looks
ships
cool,
kind of all
though.
felt like it was the right decision to make. I think with the Odin particularly, there was a lot of different reference of kind of different contemporary ships that people are familiar with. And one of the things we kind of wanted to do early on was kind of just have things retracted and tucked away.
I like the design choice,
It's
though.
a pretty bold move because it's a lot more work to make all these retractable.
Yeah.
There's no ifs or buts.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
it's just such a cool moment. Like, it is a moment in itself when they
To
actually
like,
deploy it.
yeah, think about it. Imagine your ship is literally morphing into attack mode. You know, the perfect example, you know, when like you see Optimus Prime and Bumblebee standing there and it's like, Autobots defend, and then they freaking go into battle mode. Visor comes down, eyes go red, freaking swords and shields come out. That is what you're getting. You're getting battle mode.
Fangs or teeth as the ship are, as it were.
And we don't have an anvil ship anywhere near this size as like the kicking off point. So it was an opportunity for like, what is big anvil?
Yeah.
And sort
What
of
is Anvil today?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think as well is, you've there's two very clear different visual states when it's retracted and then when it means business.
Yeah, battle
And
mode is
obviously
gonna
when it's
be-
retracted, you are limiting your defensive capabilities, but that's where things like the automated turrets come in. And then when it's time to party, that's when.
When it's time to party, you're not being stopped.
And a ship of this size, we could wave it away with lots of it makes it more efficient. Everything's tucked away. It makes it kind of
Yeah, fuel economy.
a little bit, I say more efficient to fly. But
Yeah, exactly, aerodynamic.
Really, it was a visual decision that we made early on with the vehicle.
It would
when we
make
started
sense, though,
those
even if
very
they
early
said that.
conversations as to what we wanted the kind of like the core visuals to be. That was one of them.
I remember when I first saw that picture, like in a meeting, I went straight to Alberto's desk and I was like, "Can I have that like right now?" And it's now my desktop
Wallpaper.
background because I was like, "It's just so sick." I remember when you first showed it me, I came over to your desk, and there was I think you talked about it from like how it was like kind of hiding in the asteroid belt, and then it would like pop out, and we talked a little bit about in the Arctic, you see these really large ships that are like icebreaker ships, and it's just insane. That's a great picture for it.
That's a
And
big
I think that's one of the kind of
icebreaker.
core things with the concept art as a whole is there's obviously things that we want to show to kind of really show the details of the ship and like what that ship's functionality and loadout and everything else is. But then there's also pieces that we want to do that just set the scene and set the atmosphere and give an idea of the dream
Those
of what we're trying to
lasers.
achieve. So yeah, some of these pieces might be more art pieces than I remember me and you had a big conversation about this, and it was one of the it was. I'm not going to say it was a heated conversation because it wasn't, but it was a there's things that we wanted to show that really put this in our universe, and then there's things that we wanted to show that were kind of like a little love letter to concept vehicles as a whole, because this being
like the last
almost
one.
the end of an era with concept vehicles. A lot of work went into it, and from a kind of concept artist point of view, delivering those really cinematic shots at the end of
They said Anvil Carrick bigger.
period of time working on it is kind of part of the payoff.
Yeah, there's a misconception, I think, that in these concept promotions that these images are actually created by the marketing department. They're actually not. They're created by Alberto and the team that's making the ship. It's like that. So that's what you're referring to. It's explorations by the artists who are designing the ship itself to evoke a feeling and evoke a sense and try to communicate what their feelings and sense of the ship.
Yeah.
And yes, it wasn't heated. It was a good, solid conversation.
yeah.
And I was just like, if it hits that many rocks, it's going to explode.
And I'm like, yeah, but it looks really cool.
If it hits that many rocks, it's going to explode, Ben.
Yeah.
But we let you do some cool stuff. This next image is really cool, and this is Levski, right?
The scale of the thing as the diameter of the hull, I think, is 5 kilometers. The length of this ship is 150 meters. So gives a better idea of what you could see and where when these will come out.
We thought that was such a big hole when we built it, and then we put an Odin in there. It's like, oh.
No, it is still a big hole. Odin's just a very big ship.
I think to build on what you said about like the key art being and like how it's like almost a love letter in some ways to all the insane work that we've seen from like an artist perspective, and the team's grown so much over the last few years. It's these pieces of concept key art that appear on Google Images, on the YouTube videos where the backers are talking.
Okay, you know what, bro? I like you. That's the thing. You need to understand that when you're making all these key arts and things, this is what people see. If someone looks up Star Citizen, this is what they see. So you want to put your best freaking art out there, your best foot forward. If not, people are going to see the absolute dumps. And don't forget, as much as there's equally people who love Star Citizen and love the game, and they put out their best images and the best screenshots, there's people who are out there putting out when things go wrong, when things look weird. Those little seconds where a body looks deformed or whatever, or something like a bug happens. People are putting those out there. So if you want to remedy that, you need to have some high level of good images as well. Good things that people can see. It's like, oh, this is what they want to go for. Because at the end of the day, no matter what we want to say, the Star Citizen experience right now is more or less selling the idea and the dream. So more people help fund that dream to make it a reality. And that's where it's like, we need to still sell that dream to people. And those images, they do exactly that.
About how excited they are. And even when internally you're about to start the project and you get presented with, this is the ship you're going to be making, and that's going to be your world for 5 months, that's what they're for, right? No, not that, but like, I was thinking about like specific ships in the past, like the Meteor, for example, in front of you. But the, for whatever, it could be months, and in the large ships cases, like even longer. Those moments are what like motivates you as a game developer, and it's what like when you go into that first call with.
I saw the Odin, and I'm like, I am freaking burning. We need 1.0. That's what happened when I saw the Odin. I was like, we need 1.0 because I know it's not going to be there until 1.0 and beyond. That burnt my passion and said, I need to be here. I need to be involved. I need to be present.
And they're like, okay, here's the kickoff for this. This is what it's all about. And you see the pictures, and you're like, we're going to make that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so exciting.
About setting the vision. So like obviously the concept doesn't cover every single area, but it gives everyone an idea of what the vision is for this vehicle. So when you're making that decision about what do we do with this space, what do we do with this bulkhead, we know what the intention was. So sure, they may not be realistic about everything that will happen in our engine, but it gets the vision and the narrative of what we want the vehicle, the identity.
Yeah.
No, it's nice. It's been so long since we've done a concept only promotion. We didn't do any last year at all. This is the only one we're doing this year, and then never again. So I like that we've finally been able to talk. Concepts art are these love letters from the people who are making the ship to the thing, and I've always liked that about it because we do some tremendous marketing art. Like I'm gonna put our marketing art team up against any marketing art team in the world, and we're gonna win. But you know,
The marketing team is kind of good. I
I
ain't gonna lie. Let me not
that's
lie.
not marketing. That is the people here making the ship, communicating from their perspectives.
With like the production ships, we get that from the marketing team at the end of that stage, if you know what I mean. And so, you know, we get these amazing trailers that come back, and they're almost like, that's one of my favorite parts, right? Is like
The trailers
handing
are
the ship
good.
over. And, yeah, we sometimes push it quite close to the wire, and we're like, here you go, sorry it's a bit late, good luck. And then we get it back, and it's like,
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah,
you
nah,
might
the
explode.
trailers,
That's
man.
really what we're trying to
The
achieve here
trailers.
for our production team.
You already know the Odin trailer when the time comes. When that thing's
it's
like
going
ready,
to
the
make
Odin
me
trailer's gonna destroy
pause.
everything. Just
Literally,
Oh
your
God. Destroy Idrises, destroy
I'm just
Maulers.
gonna nuke the entire
Polarises.
playlist on YouTube.
There's just one.
This is it. This is it. Kat and her team do these wonderful things every once in a while where they go through the events of some of the previous trailers. Like the Odin is so big.
yep.
Like I'm gonna see if I can convince her. Let's go back through every ship trailer, just like the Odin was always
there. It was always there.
going through.
It's like, oh no, it was that wall that we were stood on.
yeah. Do you know that white background? No, that was just one of the bulkheads.
No. So folks have speculated on the bays to the side. Yes, these are.
So, bay-wise, it is 6 small,
Hangars.
2 metric small hangars, and 1 medium hangar.
Wait. So you're telling me this thing has actual spaces and they're actually just hangars? Medium hangar, it even has a medium hangar. So 6 freaking small hangars, 1 medium hangar.
Yeah, and that's to the actual metric ones as well. So it's not like the pads are designed for specific vehicles. It's anything that's designated for that metric they can fit on.
Because people had seen
Heavy fighters as
the
well?
side doors,
Right.
So I'm like, oh, that's going to have some hangers, but what they won't have seen is the larger
We'll have seen that.
hangar.
We'll get to the larger hangar, inside, but yes,
Oh
6
my
side hangars
Lord.
around each side.
Yep.
Big enough to Hornets and stuff.
Oh,
Obviously.
easily.
Cutlasses.
I think those count as small.
No, it's a large, isn't it?
You'll be able to
Medium.
fit cutlasses in.
I'm not going to get my help.
And of course, that's a concept size, and we all know what happens when a concept goes.
Oh, wait a minute. The Quillis is a Drake ship.
Okay.
I don't know if this gets any bigger, we're going to have trouble.
This gets any bigger.
And I think it has been like quite interesting to see because that early image and the hologram that's been Bavaria 18, people have been able to kind of make assumptions from that, but I've seen so many questions about how do the hangars work, what they're going to do, and someone's like, has it got fly-proof hangars? And I'm sat there like, can't say anything, but this is getting me hyped.
So 6 ship hangars, kind of
6
inside,
hangars.
clearly with the ship repair, refuel, rearming, so like that. What else? We got
Capabilities of the.
It's
the
killing a
vehicle launch.
freaking Vandal King.
Okay,
I
so
don't know what that
these
is,
are
to be
the
honest.
20 tubes
Is it a
that you
cadet?
mentioned here.
These are the
Capital
20 tubes
or
just in
a
front of the
Mauler?
conning tower.
Okay.
Well, you can have a better illustration and understanding of the front laser.
God
Front end, that's
damn,
what we're talking
bro.
about, the 12.
It's got a
emitters on the
Tron
front,
laser.
6 on each side. You just.
That's a Tron laser.
We're going to blow every budget.
No, we would have done it in the reviews. It's fine.
Okay.
Just an explanation of the position and
Yep.
capabilities of.
Wait a minute. They said it has 1 medium hangar. Look how small that freaking Asgard looks. They could fit 6 Asgards in that. Stop the cap.
Lower hangar of the medium hangar is quite big. We're talking about 68 meters for 100 for 44.
You could fit,
Relatively in X, Y, and
bro.
Z, so
Bro.
quite massive.
The really cool thing about the hangar arrangement on this is they're sort of interconnected. So you can fly in the rear as that ship is flying out.
Yeah, they're all part of the same environment.
Gang,
Are
this
the
ship is
hangars
too
fly-through?
big.
Like the smaller ones, yeah.
Well, the whole thing is.
But the
Because
medium
the
ones as
medium's
well.
in the middle.
Oh my lord. Look at what they intend for this. You could easily fit 2 Asgards in there. Oh, no, you could fit 3. 4. 2 at the back and 2 in the front. Oh my god. Yo, yeah. This is something else.
Medium's in the middle, and then the 6 small hangars are arranged 3 per side. But the whole thing is just open, and then at the back of that, there's then all the cargo. as well as then the conveyor belt up for the torpedoes to get them into the actual torpedo control room.
Yeah, so we kind of, we spent quite a lot of time playing with ideas about how the hangar could look and how it could function. And one of the things that we kind of settled on and were really excited about was having, this big kind of open expanse where you could have your kind of ships primed, ready to launch in all the hangars, but then you had enough space around them to kind of do all the operations you needed. So if you had other ships in there that were landed that were getting repaired, or you had other ships in there that were getting kind of guns or loadouts changed, or your pilots ready, you had space to do all that. And we really wanted the idea to be that you could fly in through the rear of the ship, and if you're in a big combat situation and you're like, right, recall the fighters, they weren't all scrambling to get in these tiny little hangar doors. You could load them up in through the rear of the ship, kind of get them back into their ready positions and get out of there kind of quite quickly.
So what is this? Is this room here?
So
Oh my God.
Although it looks like it's an entire room, what you're actually seeing there is the walkway that you saw at the top of the hangar. That's the sort of scale we're talking. Like I mentioned, at the bottom of the hangar, there's basically a conveyor belt that connects to the torpedo control at the top. So behind what you're seeing in that image there is the cargo grid. And what you're seeing to the left there, closest to us, is an actual constantly rotating conveyor belt. So if you want to load torpedoes, you take them from the cargo grid, put them on there. They'll then make their way to the actual torpedo control room.
That's intricate as
actually
shit.
are for them to be taken off the bay. And then loaded into the tubes to be fired. So on either side, there's a constant rotating thing. So if you need more torpedoes, you can just take them straight off the grid, straight onto there, and it goes up to then be manually loaded.
And we've mentioned this is a multi-crew ship. It's definitely a multi-crew ship. Like, if you want this thing to be efficient, then you will need.
Can you do this by yourself?
days.
Yes, you'll get a good workout running around the ship.
Well, you'll get 20 shots out of the torpedo tubes, and that's it, instead of soon as it's ready to go again. Because at the end of the day, as long as there's someone there feeding it, it can just keep going.
But then that means you can go to a battle. Let's say there's a new mission. It's like disable this Polaris, 10 million for if you win, right? You can literally go with that ship, load it up, right? Go up, shoot the torpedoes. You're done, right? Move away, rearm it. It'll take you like 20 minutes, but you can rearm it and go to the next location. So if you have the money and you have the time, that's a little bit weird. I don't like that. I need this ship to be strictly at least 10 people to run it strictly.
So more multi-crew roles than just sitting in a turret. Although we do have a lot of turrets.
We have a lot of people just sitting in turrets.
But I
We have
remember
23.
when me and Alberto were counting them before, we had to keep recounting to make sure we're getting which ones were right.
It turned out we're not good at math.
No, we're terrible at it. We're absolutely atrocious, and we made the damn thing. It was 15 manned, 8 remote, and that's just turrets, not to mention all the other things people can do across the ship.
But those remote turrets still have to be operated.
Yeah, they are remote turrets. There's an entire room dedicated to that.
Yeah. So what else we got to look at here?
So what you can see here as well is in the kind of like the roof of the hangars. Yeah, you've got basically your
Torpedo
what we
room?
see is like the ATC effectively. You've got your control room for the hangars, and just a great overview of like not the battle stations, but everything else.
It's managing the cargo, it's managing the hangars, it's managing the doors, it's making sure that, you can go into Bay 3, you can go into Bay 7 because there's no one in it.
This is going to be a corporation ship. You're going to have a manager for this area, your captain for the, you need a cafeteria worker. What the hell?
It's away from the battle of the main ship, because their war isn't what's going on outside, it's making sure what's going on inside the
is
ship
all
is
working
correctly.
Right.
Let's go ahead and keep the images going. What else we got? You made a lot of images for this, Alberto.
So is the cargo area?
So that's the actual
This is the cargo
bay.
area that we learned was held
6,000.
6,000.
Plus 2,000 just for the elevator.
Oh my god.
All right, so there's 6,000 on the hold, and then the elevator. If you want to leave cars on the
2,000.
elevator, that's another 2,000.
Yeah, and that's a elevator that goes down and up between the medium hangar, which is at the back of the medium hangar.
Do we have an image of that? Because right now you're telling me there's an elevator that holds as much
That's
cargo as the iron.
The
2,000.
elevator is
So
th-
at
see
the very back.
chevrons at the back. That's the elevator that goes up.
Oh
and down
my
at the very
lord.
back
And
of
that's
the
a
hangar.
Is that like red light
2,000.
at the top? Is that the ATC thing you were
Yes.
talking about?
See, that's the scale, right? We showed that side shot and it looked like it was an entire room. It's not an entire room. It's literally the
It's part
catwalk
of
that you're
this.
seeing on the left and right.
Oh
And,
my
you know,
god.
when we went into this and when we
And
got
I
into
get lost in the
story,
Aegis and Polaris.
we were.
I'm gonna be so lost.
You know, it came out as we were doing an anvil ship, and it's like, yeah, cool. And then we got the brief, and it's like, okay, this we can work with. And then, through each kind of point of decision we made, we were always looking at it like, this is our kind of like ultimate ship for this purpose. This is
The ultimate, the guy.
what I would class our kind of like end game.
Yeah.
And so
Damn.
we kind of, obviously we need to make it, obviously we need to deliver it. So there's got to be compromises somewhere, but we did our best to kind of
Compromises?
and think, right,
What did they
how do we
compromise?
make the best we can? And this is what we tried to do. And when we get into production, we get to see whether or not we can achieve it. But we put a lot of discussions, I think, and decisions.
Wait, my brain just heard what he said. It's not in production yet. How do these work? Because this is my first time seeing one of these where you see a hologram, you don't see the real ship. This is my first time actually getting to see one of these. So they have all of these things that they want to do. They have all these concept arts, but they haven't put in production yet. So nothing might be like this when it's actually time to make the ship. So the size, the guns, the weapons, how strong it is might not be the same. Okay.
And trying to get this thing to be really, really something that we can be proud of.
And what else do we have to look at, Alberto?
Oh, there's plenty. We have all the interiors.
We haven't even got into the
We have
God damn.
Sorry.
Right, the first room still,
You
essentially.
want to see the general layout of the interiors?
Yeah, I want to see everything here.
So this was the area we just seen here.
Yeah, the
is
tree
simply the
hangers,
cargo. Here is
the medium hanger.
the part of the elevator, and this one is the medium hangar. This is the setup for the side. Here there is the conveyor belt you have seen earlier, and just
Holy
above
smokes.
there is the loading room for the launching tubes. From here is where you will take the conveyor belt missiles and load them into the pipes. Here is your favorite room. Remember that?
Oh my lord.
This was on
Is
there
that
with
a
the,
bomb
newsletter
room?
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, this one is the actual size of the turret when it's collapsed in itself, and we have enough space that we could put a gantry passing on the outside of the
That's a
ship,
turret?
on the inside of the turret that effectively looked like this.
And just to try and communicate the sense of scale with this thing, we do
What?
expect areas like this to exist where, when you look at the ship full screen and it's just that kind of silhouette, you don't see it. But this is.
Well, the hangar catwalk was the prime example there, right? We looked at an image, we thought it was an entire room, it was just the catwalk.
Yeah, my favourite scale bit on the ship is the little zigzag ladder on the
Oh,
side of
the
conning-
staircase.
on the
Yeah.
side of the conning tower.
All right, let's talk about the conning tower. I mean,
my
we'll get
God.
we get to the base. Oh, okay, let's be disciplined here. Let's continue into the main hall before we go to the conning tower. What else are we looking at here?
We got my train, my lovely train.
There's a train?
We
There's
have
a
system
train?
that connects the most important parts of the ship to the most remote manned turrets. So
Wait, there's a train in the ship. No. It's so big, there's an actual train inside the ship. What are we doing?
Realistically, getting
Oh my
around the ship
God.
is going to be a huge task. It is an absolutely massive ship. So it has its own
Train system.
tram system, whatever you want to use the specific word for, that runs constantly throughout. It's not like the lifts where you press a button, because that's its own thing. Somewhere else where there's the lifts to get up and down, there's multiple of them. But just because of the sheer size, we had to set up something to get you around. So there is multiple trains running in a constant loop so that people can navigate the ship.
Will it be like how
Wow.
on Microtech you have like the trains?
Exactly like that. We
Wow.
needed something of that scale because the ship is colossal.
And
It's
when
a
the
city. It's a
when the
freaking
tram
city.
leaves its path and takes you up, out in the thing.
Outside of the
It's a
ship.
escape pod function.
We'll get to the escape pods, don't worry.
Let's hope they work. By
Yeah,
time
the
this comes out,
trams-
transit will be.
Yeah, it will be the new
should be
transport
much better.
system.
So,
Yeah.
no, there's already tremendous improvements that are in now.
There's areas of the ship as well that we're not quite ready to show yet.
Fair.
So there's the front area that's
One would
not
assume
quite-
in engineering.
Bro.
Engineering, habitations,
Oh my God,
because
man.
obviously it is designed to be a multi-crew ship, so there is substantial crew quarters and stuff.
I
but
think it's big and it just keeps
obviously,
getting
the amount
bigger.
of time it took to even assemble what we have so far was substantial.
Now, I think folks who have followed the project this long know we don't concept out every single nook and cranny, every inch of the ship.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
It's enough to get the idea across. It's enough to put the work in motion, because then when it comes time to build it, there's going to be other people who have ideas and inputs and stuff, and new thoughts, new technologies come online and stuff. So the less there's
Yeah, I guess so. The less mapped out it is, it's like the more space for improvements and changes and like adaptation. If you have everything like done and etched in stone, how are you going to change anything? Especially when the audience now says, this is what we want now because you showed it to us. You have to leave some things in the blank, you know?
benefit to not being super prescriptive in every single aspect of this, because it leaves us the freedom later to have better ideas.
Yeah,
That's what it is. So,
definitely.
okay, so now let's go ahead and
Definitely.
look into the conning tower here. The kind of a signature element here. I know folks online are like, why would you create such a, everybody knows where to attack now. Obviously you attack at the conning tower, right? Yes, well, it looks cool, so. That's
What is a
that's
conning
armor and
tower?
shields are for.
Is it like
It's well
a,
protected as
Plus,
well.
components are elsewhere across the ship as well.
So what is this?
it's like for navigations and,
So this is the tactical room to study your map, to study your fleet, to collect data. And above is a quiet room.
Yeah, it's one of the things that we tried to kind of like think about when we were making this.
that looks like a prison.
We wanted to try and include some areas of the ship that weren't just
focused.
just combat and
Oh my days.
functionality. We wanted to have some areas that gave the crew
Beautiful. That's so beautiful.
some freedom to relax.
So here's our next image. What are we looking at?
This is the room where the captain and the higher-ups will manage the fleet.
Yeah, so a lot of ships have hollow globes in a room, and this sort of has many rooms that are for the hollow globe just because of the size of it.
Very tall.
Very tall.
Okay.
And not to don't want to focus on it too much, but we wanted to have little kind of areas of the ship where if you needed to have more private conversations, you needed to, there was areas that were away from like the main thoroughfare that would allow for kind of planning and discussions and.
Like mutinies and stuff like that. And just
I'm not saying planning.
Really not.
Yeah, what are you trying to say, Dan?
It's not Drake.
And then inside the
my
big turret. So is this
Lord.
actually the seat that controls the turret?
Yeah,
Or?
that goes up into
Wait. My brain, right? As a human being, I thought these were all bombs. These are just the heads of the ballistic rounds. Are we saying that these are not bombs? These are these huge ass devices are just the heads of the ballistic. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is literally the size of my Aurora.
So you enter this room full of death, and then you get in and then you
deliver
get
it.
pulled up
Deliver
to
the death.
dispense such death.
Correct.
Okay.
Like that's not even
Do you
bombs.
understand what you're about to have at your disposal?
This is okay. So the scale of this turret alone. This is the. All right.
We have a parliament.
oh, you can.
There's a parliament.
Of course, we have a parliament. And what's a parliament?
So I thought that since you're driving destroyers of wars, you should be able to dispense it democratically or not. But in some way,
To blow up the Drake DefenseCon or to not blow up the Drake DefenseCon. All in favor say yay.
you should be able to communicate your crew what the plan is.
This is the equivalent of our briefing room.
Bomb
but,
Hurston.
Taken to the next level.
Destroy
It's a bit more
Hurston.
lyrical, I guess.
With a ship of this size, it's going to be crewed by a huge group of people, and
It has
obviously
to be, man.
people aren't required to be there because at the end of the day it's a game, people having fun. But it gives orgs and groups a location to meet and gather and discuss what they plan.
I think it's safe to say this is an org ship. This is a ship you leave and you don't come back for a while.
Well, you take your ships to this ship to then go off and play the game.
Okay, and the bridge here. So we got a couple images of the bridge, I would say.
So front and center, obviously commanding officer, captain, owner, it's the person in charge. Off to one side, they have their head of security. So they'll obviously a ship of this size, someone needs to be in charge of just making sure the inside of the ship is running the way it's meant to be. And to the left side, obviously it's an XO takeover when the person who owns the ship or commands the ship needs to go off and do something else. In addition to that, there's a cool little feature that we added to the actual commanding officer's dome. Do we have a picture of it? The
video?
Yeah. So if you need to have private, confidential conversations,
it's an orange.
just
It's
like
got orange
in real
peels.
life, you'd have proper meeting rooms for it. The captain has a way to actually generate one themselves on the bridge to have that conversation away from everyone.
The idea is you know, if you are captain of this vessel and you need to have a very confidential conversation, but you are in the middle of a battlefield, you need to happen there and then. You need to be able to make that decision, have that conversation, and get on with it.
So this is for all the remote turrets. So obviously, like I mentioned before, there's a lot of remote turrets on the ship. So there's an entire area. Basically, it's not a bridge per se, but it's a control center for all the different remote turrets across the ship. It needs it. The scale it is, we can't just shove them in the bridge. They need somewhere dedicated. So they'd have their own priorities and conversations.
I appreciate you don't make them run to every corner of the ship.
Exactly. Well, we've got a train for that, so they don't need to run.
So like something that jumps out to me is like, you know, if you've got all those people sat down in their remote turrets, like having some kind of just like an indicator light saying that the seat is occupied, like a little green light above it. So if you're like the boss and you're walking in, you're like overseeing all the remote turrets, you just see green all around. It's like, all right, my crew's ready to go.
Yeah, and well, one of the features that needs further development is the communication between the turrets and the command and control and stuff. Like I'm sure somebody saw the command and control room earlier and it's like, well, what's that for? And it's like this. Eventually, you know, someone will be there able to feed targets to all these people and, you know, control
that's
UI
gonna be
elements
sick.
for everybody that's in there. And, you know, shows like, no, show here. Your guy is over here. You need to look here. You need to go here. It's like, you know, the 4 of you are on this guy. The 4 of you are on this guy. Something like this is essential to something like the Odin. So having all of those guys in one area, and then having a command and control that can communicate with them. Now imagine imagine one of the guys goes down or something. You know, armor piercing round, or the guy forgot to hydrate or something. And wasn't paying attention. Dies in his chair. You know, somebody can get out and run to the other turrets. Like, no, they're on this side and stuff. The abilities for coordination within the Odin are
going to be probably
just
the
amazing.
best.
Like, I would say,
Going to be the best we're going to have.
not even the ability of coordination, the raw necessity of coordination necessary for this ship. I mean, this is not the ship that you buy. Yes, technically, you get in the pilot seat, you can fly this giant spear around the universe, but the full potential of this thing requires just a massive amount of coordination.
Yeah, this
between
is
people.
also how are we gonna like deal with the gameplay in general with the ship, right? So like we want to let you achieve the full power and let you undergo all your combat operation and potentially doing so, but just with the crew, because otherwise, like, yes, you have a pilot controlled weapon, but what are you gonna do if like most of your armament is not gonna be coming to play into a battle, right? So
And what is the crew of this thing? The expected crew?
The cheat sheet here.
33.
Yeah.
33.
33. God damn.
But that's bare bones.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's bare bones. Yes.
How many operator turrets was there?
Like, we're talking bare bones, not even working at full efficiency. That's not even saying there's anyone feeding
God.
torpedoes. That's
Oh my
just
days,
man
just
the operator
turrets.
seats. That's the sort of numbers you're talking.
Holy.
I feel like when it comes time to balance a ship like this, that's probably the biggest thing. If you can get 33 people together, if you can coordinate 33 people together, it's like you deserve to just be
To
Norse
like
god.
indestructible. Exactly, the All-Father.
It's like whenever you have a large group of people playing games together, there needs to be someone who is doing a little bit less of the interaction, but managing everyone, actually getting them all to coordinate. It's like anyone that's ever done raid leading in any sort of MMO. Like, that person absolutely isn't outputting the highest DPS in the group, but they're taking a step back and watching everyone while doing
the 40-man raid.
Yeah, I know when you're doing like really hard raids, like even ESO and things, when you're doing the freaking the trials and things, you literally need someone to say, okay, healers all on this side, we're gonna rush this side, keep the tanks buffed, and oh, people are dying over here, we need a heal, we need someone that's cast a heal down on the east side of the battlefield. And it's, yeah, I get it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was about to reference, was that is the 40-man raid experience, but it's you with your org, your friends, going out and having that gameplay for an evening and having your cap ship to run for.
Yeah, and the best part is also, it's like you have different specialities, right? Because you need fighter pilots, then you need turret gunners, then you need engineering, then you need the guys that actually coordinate the entire crew, and probably more than one guy at that point, because it's going to be very difficult. So like,
raid leading is a really unique skill. Like whenever you play MMOs, there's only ever a handful of people that are even willing to do it.
Yeah.
And they choose to do it because they enjoy doing it. But it's a very unique set of sub-skills. If anyone who is a raid leader or has ever been in a raid will understand
It's the most annoying
just
thing
how
ever, yeah.
different it is as a way to play the game.
It's like an epitome of sandbox kind of emergent gameplay, really. It's like a role that doesn't necessarily get put in by the game design teams, but it has
just
to
happens.
exist.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't create your character.
Yeah, you
it's
don't-
like raid leader is your class.
And what else do we have to look at?
Oh my
close
goodness.
Father shot.
Damn.
Everything opening up.
Damn,
this is a
bro.
It just is.
When you see that, it's time to run.
Well, at that point, you're like,
No, when you see
You're
that,
too
it's time to
close.
die.
Yeah, you're too close.
Ready to quantum travel, it's too late.
It was interesting to see the reaction online when the first teaser image went out. It's the first image went out on social on social in the morning, UK time, and then the first shot of the interior went out in the afternoon, and then the 3D hologram version with the weapon. So it was fun for a nice little 24-hour period to watch the perspective of the ship change. There are some people who absolutely hate this thing, and some people who are like, "This is the most beautiful ship I've ever
It's
seen."
crazy. It is a
those
crazy
are people
ship.
with eyes.
Hashtag not biased.
But I mean, it is. Let's talk about the inspirations for this thing on the exterior. What are we thinking when we build this?
So we wanted to convey that this was inspired by a battleship. Sadly, in sci-fi, there are other ships inspired by battleships, so we had to differentiate from these ones and not going into the steampunk or World War II aesthetics. We initially tried to group all the guns in the center, like you would do in World War II, like on the USS Iowa comes to mind, a famous Japanese one that I will not mention. Instead, with the fact that they all have to operate in a video game, they don't have to compenetrate, we started spreading them, and that aesthetic would no longer be supported. So we decided to look actually at the Zumwalt class, at the literate combat ships from the US, at the Visby class from Sweden, all the more modern stealth ships, and yet retain the conning tower aesthetic that there was in World War II ships and that got lost after that.
Over time, yeah.
But we want to hint at that word with a little bit of new.
Well, this has been an amazing look here. Let's go ahead and take a few minutes now at the end here and jump into. Now, this is an engine. This is you work in what, Blender?
Yes.
Blender, oh yeah, Blender's
This is
beautiful.
brown, actually.
Some folks have already extracted the concept mesh from the hologram as they do, but this is the actual legitimate
Yeah,
one.
and just a note on that hologram mesh.
Imagine the amount of
is
panels. Oh my god.
Optimized isn't the correct term. It is.
It's reduced.
It is a reduced version of what we're seeing here. When Alberto kind of handed this over, I mean, this thing's sat at 30
37
plus,
million polygons?
37 million
Yes.
polygons.
30
That's not something you just put in game.
Bro, that would burn the servers. My PC would load this up and just say, bye-bye, I'm done,
So
dead.
yeah, there was a lot of decisions made to just kind of like just strip out a lot of that stuff to get it to run above Area 18, and also it was a hologram. It wasn't supposed to be a concept. This is the real deal.
But what can we look at here that we'd like to get real close to.
We haven't looked at the laser beam yet.
Let's look at the laser beam.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's start with the laser beam.
When the laser beam
Holy.
activates, these side pieces that were not in the
Oh, they're
original model will
ventilation
open up,
as
and they are
vents.
part of the laser beam in order to become part of the target. Ideally, they are the radiators of, of the laser beam itself.
With something so massive, we need justification for why it doesn't just overheat. In addition, it adds a targetable aspect of the actual laser beam. Because if you obviously once you start peeling
Destroy
back the
that.
defenses, it gives it a nice area to be targeted to try and
And
knock
then
that out.
the
Because
laser beam
I
can't
imagine if you
function.
target the ship, you're going to want to knock the beam out.
Yeah.
Just
Is that the first thing you target? Is that the first thing you take out, the beam? I mean, or do you just not get in front of it?
I mean,
Depends what you're in.
Fair. That's fair.
If you're in something small, just stay away from the.
from the front
Yeah.
or behind it.
Best believe I would joust an Odin and get my ass beat. Like, I would honestly do it. Because of stupidity, I would joust an
Or
Odin.
beside it.
The big gun's above it, the big gun's below it.
Can you jump
in
into
the same
the
server as it is. a bad
docking
move.
collar area and the little like
Yep.
walkways that you've got?
Oh, we haven't looked at the staircase.
We can walk around it, right?
All right, so it does have a docking collar.
Yeah, so it's got a docking collar,
Damn.
and then also there's.
You can't even see it,
Kind of
bro.
hard to see, but we added some like exterior kind of like walkways and channels that you could walk through.
Holy.
Oh my god, the sense of scale.
It's crazy.
So when
That is
when Moritz
crazy.
was trying to sort the navigation for the ship, we didn't want it to be too simplifying. We want people to be able to go onto the actual exterior, but at the same time, we didn't want loads of issues with the grids and the physics issues that we sometimes encounter. So we ended up trenching all of the exterior walkways behind behind mesh. But it's graded mesh, so you'll still be exposed to the elements, but you don't have to worry about debris or stray shots hitting you. But it meant that we had this, to be blunt, an entire level's worth of navigation.
Exterior spaces.
The designer who primarily did a lot of the layout for the Floor Lee.
So you're going to be walking around the exterior of this.
Well, you've got to, because just to maintain some of it, you're going to have to go out and do a lot of the repairs. And there's alternate routes for when the power goes down on the inside, like the staircase on the conning tower. And obviously, it's a full staircase, so you get some sort of idea of just the scale of it.
Oh my
The
days.
first time I saw that, I immediately thought of the Midgar Tower in Final Fantasy VII, when you have the choice to either run up the giant staircase or go up the lift.
It's just so massive, bro.
That is
Very big.
All right, we'll do the engines next. What are we looking at here, Alberto?
at the protection for the
For it's got an
bridge.
armor.
Shields.
Of course, the bridge is
It's got freaking armor.
We wouldn't just leave an unarmored.
Love a blast shield.
All right, so you've got like the Carrack made by Anvil, nice little brand carryover here. So you've got the shielded conning tower. One assumes you don't go blind when you close it.
Gang. Best believe he's using a good computer. Look how slow the animations are going in Blender. Oh my lord.
And then a little Star Destroyer influence here with the radar globe.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the top of every contemporary ship.
Star Destroyer.
Star Destroyer. Oh, okay. Inside here, there is your parliament. So there's a quite nice call to the circular motif of Anvil.
You've got the escape pods here as well.
Yeah.
Like, that is big enough to be a ship on its own.
Yeah,
The lifeboats. A bit more than a typical escape pod.
Yeah.
just for the sheer volume of the
Damn,
ship, we
it's
couldn't
just
really
boats.
just have tiny little pods, so that
Those literally look like the terrapins. That could be a terrapin. Oh
they
my
have
days.
entire rafts and they're scattered throughout the entire ship. The ones on the conning tower are the most visible because we didn't want to fully embed them, just because we will have had to increase the size.
The fact that I'm seeing lifeboats tells me that there's going to be things out there that destroy this. There's going to be things in the verse that are going to end this thing, and that is scary to
of
me.
the conning tower even more.
Right.
So obviously, if somehow someone manages to peel back in millions layers of defense and you need to escape, there's plenty of rafts.
So there are lifeboats in the tower. There are lifeboats in the main hull.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just below here.
Well,
Yeah.
So so if somebody does manage to take one of these down, and one would assume that those are somewhat pilotable.
Yeah, they have limited control, but they they're essentially like tiny little
Terrapins.
habitable environments.
I don't think anyone, until they actually get it into game, will ever understand just how big it is.
Oh man.
It's absolutely ludicrous. And this is just on the gun. This is just the walkway next to the gun.
This explains why we needed a train.
Oh
mean,
man.
yeah.
I feel like that gun is the size of a Carrack.
Yeah,
Is
that's what I'm
1/3 of the
thinking.
Polaris, I think,
1/3 of the
The gun is
Polaris.
1/3 the length of a Polaris.
or maybe a half.
Polaris is about 160 meters, so call it 80 meters.
It's not far off a Carrack in size.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Sorry,
Are we
engines.
for real?
Yeah, let's look at those. Let's look
So
at
then
the
it's
engines,
definitely
So there are
3
both
Polarises in length.
as you would need, because that's the cruiser element of this.
It's also partially gameplay. It's so that obviously if there's just one engine, you take it out, but it means that you have multiple that you have to disable to try and stop the ship moving. Because that would be a good tactic if you want to try and actually disable one of these.
Right.
First of all, immobilize it, then you can gradually work on individual areas to try and get into whatever state you want, whether it be destroying or boarding.
Can we go inside the main hangar there?
I have to open another file. But
Open another file. Okay.
just to point out the engines, we have this one, obviously
Oh,
the
there's-
central
the
one
smaller
and the
ones
side
as
ones,
well.
but there are also on these little winglets on the bottom and on the conning tower.
There's an engine on the conning tower.
Little ones to avoid, the tower to be dragged away by inertia.
Ah,
Distribute better.
okay. It
Forces.
makes sense. It makes sense.
So you have obviously your 2 foyer entrances for the docking collars.
Obviously.
You have your very front man turret.
Okay.
You have the underside man turret.
Okay.
And then you have the 2 man turrets at the back. And they also put you next to the main elevator thoroughfare.
Yeah, and that's
Damn.
before you've done all the habitation
I was going
stuff
to say,
like that.
Yeah.
That's 6 stops.
6 right
Yeah, I'm
now.
not
That's
convinced
6
it's
stops
going to
right now.
Right now.
well-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're going to jump inside the hangar area.
Oh
Where are we?
This is the
man.
lift that you can see here.
That's the
and
lift.
This opening on the left.
Yeah, so the right Chicago hold, so directly behind
2,000
SCU.
SCU.
That is the lift that connects to the medium hangar, and that's 2,000 SCU.
Damn.
To the left and right-hand side, are the catwalks that take you to the small hangars. So if we just spin round. Oh,
I felt out. Sorry.
How many box missions can you do with the Odin?
at least 3.
A lot. A lot.
So directly behind.
0 to hero.
So there's the metro stop for the actual trains. So that's
Oh
the
my
obviously it's
days.
mirrored on both sides of the hangar because it might be quicker to get the train round. We're not 100% sure yet.
Wait, the hangar is so big that it might that the tram runs around the hangar. It might.
They're saying that there's 6 spaces. I'm looking at this right now and I'm saying you can fit 2 freaking small fighters on each one of these hangars.
It might technically be faster to take the train around the hangar than it is to walk from one end to the other.
It depends how many stops we end up with. At the minute, we're looking at about 6, but more might be added as we evolve the other spaces inside of it.
Yeah, one of the main stops is also the center of the conning tower, so you would have the elevator to bring you to most of the living room,
Yeah.
the living spaces.
And when you get to the center of the conning tower, it's elevator.
Well, elevators.
Elevator.
Yeah, a bunch.
Yeah, because of the fact that we, obviously, when there's only one elevator, we've already had it on the Idris where people are waiting.
I thought this was already the most deadly ship ever designed, but now with multiple elevators,
It's even, man.
I can safely say the most
It's
deadly.
the most deadly ship in the verse. You will not survive.
Can you go back to where the smaller hangars were? Sorry about that.
Remember that these are concept mesh, folks, so none of these are textured, materialed.
So this is the metric small hangar, and what we were talking about earlier, where just behind
Yeah,
you've
these
got
you can
this
fit 2.
additional space.
2 per.
So
Come
kind
on,
of,
stop the cab.
It's all kind of chevroned off here.
Stop the
Is your kind of
cab.
like ready area. You've got the like the blast shields that would rotate up when vehicles need to move around within that space.
Oh.
There's also, it's for the actual flight crew to do resupply and changeover. So if you decide you want to swap for ballistics instead of energy or vice versa, you can take them off the cargo bridge, bring them down so they're ready to swap out on the ships as they come in to restock. So if it's not just rearming but actually changing loadouts, you've got plenty of space for the crew to get ready for imagine like a pit from a Formula One.
Or just stack more ships, which is what
Most people
Most people are going
yeah.
to do.
Yeah,
we were
definitely
very
stack
conscious
more
of
shit.
Have we at any point tried to work out how many pit bulls we could fit in this?
I'm sure there'll be a Reddit post.
40. Probably 40,
Numbers,
man.
guys.
If there's not a Reddit post by the end of the day, I'll be very disappointed that no one's done the math.
That is.
It should be
rate your
40, man.
I mean,
I
that
think
is
40.
crazy when you think about how many Furies, how many pit bulls you could conceivably put into this. Yeah.
This is the scale of our game in one ship.
Yeah.
Right? So you think about
But think about it. He just said it. This is one ship in Star Citizen. Everything we've seen for over the last hour is one ship in Star Citizen. One ship. And it's still not even I don't think this is the biggest ship. I think there's still 2 more ships bigger than this.
do you remember the old Peopled Planet video we did? This is like the ship's team's nod back to that.
Well, how big was Port Olisar?
It was a couple of K, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Of the actual space, that not just the
Oh, no,
the
yeah.
actual.
The actual habitable space.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Port
I
Olisar.
would suspect
much less
this is
than that.
probably bigger.
Yeah, you're probably right. This is actually more habitable space than Port Olisar had. Well, okay. Anything more? Anything before we leave? We've shown. Don't give me that look. Alberto's like, I've got so much more to show. You can show 2 more things, Alberto. What do you want to show?
I've shown everything, to be fair.
Show them Bran.
What's your favourite image?
What's your favorite aspect of the ship, Alberto?
My favorite image, that's a good question.
Oh, I know exactly
There
why
he
it's
is.
the Parliament.
Oh,
There he is.
there you go.
That's why it's his favourite image.
Yep.
You've hidden your dog,
Yeah.
of course.
All
Rose's
comes back to
dog
that.
is back there.
Not yet.
I can't wait till they add pets. Look, when they add pets and Farming Citizen, oh my God, Farming Citizen is going to make so much money. Let me be a farmer, get some quasi grazers, get some Ricky and Copion, get a dog and whatnot, grow some crops. And that's just my line of work in Star Citizen, selling that to people, selling food, like processed food to the stations. Let that be my life. I'll do it. I will do it.
So of course, the Odin for this first promotion that's launched today. 5 unique paints that are exclusive to this promotion.
Yep.
So if you manage to pick up an Odin as part of the Odin Founders Club during this promotion at DefenseCon 2956, those 5 paints come with it, free of charge. They will never be made available in any other promotion. It's our way of saying thank you for being there and supporting this massive undertaking from the get-go.
If you have like 5 grand.
Last words.
I don't have
anybody wants
5
to say
grand.
about the Odin other than
Can I
it's
have
really,
5
really
grand?
big and it's going to take a lot of people to run it.
And make it.
Yeah, and make it out.
Take a lot of people to make it too.
I think over the development and when we took a peer behind the curtain or walked over to Alberto's desk, there is this sense amongst the team that this is going to be something pretty immense and seismic, literally. I'm looking forward to seeing which team creates it and how, because we're going to have to do a lot. I think Ben made a good point where he's our teams from in the last few years has been, it's so much larger and it's so much more educated that it feels like we're in a position where we can tackle these problems now and we can really start to, we always try and push the envelope but really see what can we actually really do.
I can promise you, hand on heart, Dan, that the Odin is going to generate more than we could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
Are you talking about money or what?
Problems, Jared.
Everything. Money, problems, everything. Everything.
John, what do you think you've been doing the last few years?
The positive thing
By the time they're done, every single one of these guys is going to be bald and have white hair.
is that I will be drawing other concepts and I don't have to care about that part.
You still got a lot more to do. There's still plenty of areas.
Yeah, we got the two concept sheets.
left to do. So we've seen the hold, the torpedo launching room, the ammo rooms for the size 12, the map room, the contemplation room. Lots to contemplate. The turret's control room, the conference hall, and the bridge. We have unfinished concepts, things that we're not showing you right now for the hospital, for the morgue,
More.
for the engineering that we mentioned.
What do we need a morgue for when everyone can just regenerate? So we can burn the dead body.
Habitations and the executive briefing room. So those are all in progress right now. They're not quite ready to show.
Damn.
Things still left to concept.
Subject to change.
Subject to change. Work's not done yet. Navigation engineering, how is that different than, the second, there's the engine engineering, then there's navigation engineering, okay. The train stations themselves, the executive quarters, an armory, additional crew quarters, the self-sustaining
Cantina?
cantina?
Canteen.
Question mark?
Wait,
What is
so
the
you get
self-sustaining cantina?
food
What
for
is
free.
Self-sustaining.
It gives them food, unlimited
Is there a
food.
farm on
That
this
was
thing?
your idea.
That was me.
What? Are you on about a grow room again?
And I loved it.
We're bringing back the
Subject to change.
Subject to change.
Subject to change.
We need it. We need it. We
Writing
need
it,
it.
but I'll
Mixmaster lives.
Yeah.
It absolutely will have a mess hall. It may not have a self-sustaining mess hall.
Yeah.
Basically, we wanted a
Greenhouse.
greenhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, a greenhouse.
Grow space.
A
It
gym,
will have a kitchen.
a rec room, a panic room.
Question mark. I don't know.
That's next to the contemplation room.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing, but one's on fire.
Yeah.
Turn
Yeah.
to panic. Right, contemplation.
It's just a button that changes the effect in the room.
Change the colors.
Because obviously,
Ooh,
our ship's
yeah,
style is
crafting
gonna
room,
be-
yeah.
a crafting room, and then a running track. Well, that's just the exterior, man. You just run around the entire exterior.
No, that's a marathon.
There is a path in the train tracks
Yeah.
that will allow you to run all of it in case running is
You just
your-
got to run the same
Is your
speed as the
favorite thing?
trains
It's your
going,
pastime.
Otherwise, you're in trouble.
Well, one would assume that through engineering, if you're really fighting for power, you could draw power away. The tram stops working. You need that power somewhere else, and you still need to be able to get around on foot. So, all right, and that's who knows what we're going to add between.
I mean, that doesn't cover stuff like the multiple lifts or
Or how many
Shouldn't
100
be
bathrooms we're going
How many mavs it's got?
Oh, yeah.
how
How
many
many
taps?
bathrooms?
Two.
just two
and
taps.
one-
Two
Two on the
taps.
entire
It's got
ship.
2 taps every bathroom.
750 meters away from
That's a
each other.
promise.
It's a promise.
Taps in every bathroom.
No hand washing.
So that's a lot about the Anvil Odin, Star Citizen's final concept ship and its largest.
Damn.
Available right now on robertspaceindustriescom exclusively to members
It's
of the
big.
Odin's Founders Club. Those
It's
are folks
big.
who took the time and effort to submit their stories about why coordination and cooperation was so important to them in the Star Citizen experience. It's
What do they mean? They submitted their entries. You had to submit an entry for what?
It's a big, I think it's a hallmark. Star Citizen is replete with a number of hallmark moments. At 4.8, the launch of tactical strike groups and the biggest step towards coordinated ship-bound gameplay and combat that we've had, and then of course this, putting a nice little marker in the ground for the future and being like, this is where we're going, and the kind of gameplay that this creates, and the kind of gameplay necessary to deal with it and stuff. It's a clear calling our shot to the evolution of space ship and space combat gameplay in the future. So it's an exciting thing to work towards. Thank you for watching. Hope you're having a lovely DefenseCon. I hope you were able to get everything that you wanted. Remember, the finale comes after this, where most of the ships, I think actually all the ships that have been available on the various days, all come back. So you still got another chance at Kraken, still got another chance at Idrises, at Javelins, and of course the Odin Waves right now for those in the Founders Club. So thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting Star Citizen all these years. We've still got a lot coming the rest of this year. If I already look at the ship schedule for 2027 already, there's a lot more spaceships to come. So thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.
Gang, there's Gobsmacked, and then there's the Odin, and bro, this is going to be something. And bro, all the thing is, right, when it's in the verse and you can work towards it, it's going to be a crazy milestone. Imagine the milestone. Who needs a base when you have an Odin? If you have an Odin, who needs a base? You don't need a base. But yeah, guys, just let me know what you think about the Odin. My brain just can't wrap around how big it is. And the fact that it's like, bro, this thing is going to be a behemoth. But the name is so fitting. I love the name. Hearing the name and then seeing this as the concept, it makes sense. This makes sense. This is where the 1 billion went. Again, this is just where the 1 billion went. All the money they spent on Star Citizen was used to make this ship. But I hope you guys enjoyed that reaction. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to the main channel for Star Citizen on YouTube as well. And I'll see you guys on the next one.